This is a website review for VinoVida. Um, just want to start out by saying what a fun ministry to be able to pair wine and growing the kingdom. I think that's really great. I will say I've spent a little bit of time on your website, and I'm still a little bit confused about exactly what it is you do. I'm not sure if you grow grapes or if you curate just wine collections from throughout the world, which really I think is more in line with what you do. But I think you can clarify that message a lot. I think there's a lot of room for clarification on your website. On In that vein, I would say you could first start by really reducing the amount of navigation options up here in your header section. Login is not your primary call to action. This actually could be done during your checkout stage. After they've shopped, once they've selected their wines, and when they're actually going to check out their cart, that's when you can ask them to log in. It looks like that would be a very appropriate place for that. So I would remove that entirely from your navigation and just put it into the shop area, unless you have some sort of a membership where they get wine discounts or special incentives, that they might want to log in and view some of the perks of being a member. But it looks more like you're just housing their information so that they can check out faster. So I would definitely remove that unless I have misinterpreted what that login section is for. Your primary call to action should be shop wine. So it's prominent here, which is great. It also needs to be very prominent in a dark offsetting color up here in the upper right section of your screen. All of the rest of your navigation options can be moved all the way down to the footer section of your website down here. Website visitors now are becoming more and more accustomed to scrolling all the way down to the bottom of a website to see the navigation options. And then at the same time, they're having to view every single section of your website in order to get to them. So there's a lot of benefits to parking those navigation options way down at the bottom in your footer section. Your header on your website, again, is just the name of your company. And that could be you can remove that entirely because you've got it here in your logo. So you could have a large header that maybe says, and again, I might be missing the mark on what you do, but it might say something like curating the best wines from around the world, or collecting wines so that you can help us grow the kingdom through wine and mission, helping you get the best wines to your own table, something along those lines, to where you're actually telling your website visitors more about what you do in a very clear, concise way. And then your subheading could still be this: growing the kingdom through wine and mission. While that's not super clear, I don't know how you do that. It does add some curiosity and makes you want to dig into your website and learn more about what you're doing. So those are some suggestions that I would make here in this top header section. You could probably do without love wine, love people. You might find a different place on your website to put that. It's just adding some words that aren't necessarily needed right here in the header section. As we start to scroll down through your website, I really think your imagery is beautiful. I love the work that you've done there. And I like the different sections here. So discover our wines. Again, I would change this call to action to be very consistent and just have it be shop wine. Really like this bold color. So this would say shop wine. Join our family, I think, needs to be lower down on the page. And I think that you would have more success getting people to engage with you and give you their email address if maybe you created some sort of a free download or a PDF where maybe you could say, the 5 reasons ours are the best wines in the world. What is it that makes them the best? What is it that as a consumer they would want to know about wine so that they can make the best choices and bring the best wines to their tables? So I would change this section to be more of a lead generator advertisement as opposed to join our family, and offer them something for free in exchange for their email address. And then moving down, I would put this tasting parties a little higher on your page. I think this might be a good money-making opportunity for you, and you could advance the kingdom and sustain your ministry. And I might clarify it a little bit with in-home tasting parties. Again, because I'm not super clear if you even grow grapes, if you have a physical vineyard where they could go and visit and taste wines on site, I think it's important to say in-home tasting parties. So I think that would clarify your message a little bit there. This footer section, once again, is really beautiful. This is very hard to see, though. The sign up for email updates really is almost invisible. It's not something that I would click on if I were a consumer. So I think that, again, if you could put the navigation section here in white print and then put the links there so that they can visit the rest of your website, I think it's perfectly okay to have your login section here. Sign up, I think, is confusing again. And if you offered that as more of a lead generator and a trade for email information, I think that would be a lot more appealing to your audience. Hopefully that is helpful information for you. Thanks.